Welcome to the Ratio Professor. This is our video course on business finance. This is Lesson 1, Introduction to Finance, and Topic 3, the goal of the firm. I am Professor Jeff Jewell. Hopefully it goes without saying that businesses need goals, just like people need goals. Goals can do lots of useful things, like providing direction, providing a sense of purpose, and even providing measurable performance targets. There's an old saying in business that if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Well, how will you know what to measure if you don't have a goal as to what you're trying to accomplish? So it's absolutely fundamental, it's common sense, that businesses need goals. Well, that brings us to the question of what is the appropriate goal for the firm? Or should the firm have more than one goal? There are lots of potential goals for the firm. There's lots of things that firms might want to try to accomplish. They might want to try to maximize income. Maybe they want to try to maximize market share. Or maybe they want to produce high quality products and services. Or they might want to serve their stakeholders in various ways. Maybe they want their employees to be happy, or their customers to be satisfied. Or maybe they want to help the community in various ways. Or maybe the firm is even concerned with environmental issues and wants to reduce its environmental footprint. Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with any of those goals. They may all be fine goals, but it turns out that in finance we think none of those is the best goal. What we need is an overall goal that ties everything the firm is trying to accomplish together. And we need a goal that's able to break ties between other subordinate goals. For example, I just mentioned a minute ago employee satisfaction, and I also mentioned maximizing income. Well, what if in order to increase employee satisfaction you need to give big raises or give everybody a company car? Well, those clearly increase the expenses for the firm, which reduce net income. So it's going to be very difficult to meet both of those goals simultaneously if you think that's how you have to do it. So what we need is a goal that can tie that together and figure out, well, how much can we increase employee satisfaction? How much can we give up on the income side? So we need a goal that will overarch every other goal of the firm and tie everything together. What we're really talking about is a goal that's going to balance everything within the firm. We need a goal that helps us find the right amount of quality. Believe it or not, there is such a thing as too much quality in certain circumstances. So how do we make sure we've got the right amount of quality? We need a goal that helps us find the right amount of market share and the right amount of customer satisfaction and the right level of employee satisfaction, the right amount of community outreach, and of course the right amount of everything. So how in the world do we figure out what the right amount is? Why can't we just give more of everything? Well, recall that I've mentioned earlier that in finance we try to incorporate some economic concepts. And one of those most basic economic concepts is that we have limited resources. We live in a world of limited resources. We simply can't do more of everything all the time because we don't have enough funds, we don't have enough assets, we don't have enough revenue, we don't have enough income. And that means, since we can't do more of everything all the time, there are trade-offs that we have to try to measure and manage. Yes, it would be nice if we could just pay all of our employees huge salaries. That would increase their satisfaction. But what are the implications for the rest of the firm if we do that? Yes, it would be nice if we had the highest quality that we could possibly imagine, but what are the implications for the rest of the firm if we have to do that? Every single decision that we make involves a trade-off of one type or another, and those trade-offs exist because we live in a world where we have finite resources. So it turns out the right amount of whatever it is we're concerned with is the amount that ensures the benefits of that amount are greater than the costs of producing that amount. So we want, when it comes to employee satisfaction, for example, we want to set salaries in such a way that the benefits the firm accrues from that salary level is greater than the cost of providing that salary level. Same thing for quality. The benefits of producing a product of a certain quality need to exceed the cost of producing at that quality level. Now, to put this more in economic terms, if the marginal cost of a specific activity exceed the marginal benefit of that activity, then we're doing too much of it. We need to scale back, whether it's employee compensation or quality or what have you. Another way we could phrase this is that we want to engage in activities like having high quality products, like satisfying our employees, etc., as long as they create value. But when they start to destroy value, we need to stay away from them or avoid them. So this brings us to what's really the point of this presentation, is that the goal of the firm, the best goal of the firm, is creating and maximizing value. The value is a fairly complex topic, which we'll discuss in great detail as we go on in the course. But you should know for now that this goal of creating and maximizing value will balance all of those subordinate goals. Goals like market share, customer satisfaction, quality products, it will force them to work together in such a way that the firm benefits. This goal will also maximize the probability that the firm survives. There's a lot of reasons for that, which we'll get into later on in the course, but that's an important point as well. Now, it should be said right up front that measuring value maximization or measuring value at all is quite hard. Value is not something we can directly observe. It's much more difficult to try to measure value than it is to measure income or market share. It's going to be hard to measure value. That's one of the things we're going to study a lot this course, is exactly how we can do that. We can estimate value, but we have to understand that every time we try to measure value, we're probably not going to do it perfectly. We're probably going to have some error built in. One way we can try to guesstimate value for the overall firm, if you're a publicly traded firm, is we can look at the market value of the firm. That will be a noisy estimate. It's got some error built in, but that's one way we can attempt to estimate value for the firm as a whole. We'll talk much more about this value concept in the next presentation, but that's been an introduction to the goal of the firm and value. This is the Ratio Professor. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll come back for future installments.